lot of people think you can only achieve a good updo if you go to a hair professional. I'm Stephanie with Embeau, a company that stands for empowering women through beauty. And today I'm going to show you an updo that's so easy, you can definitely do it yourself in under 5 minutes.
Okay.
For this video, I will use the PK Sculpture Foam to prep Bree's hair, the Perfect Hold Hairspray from Intelligent Nutrients, a fine tooth comb, a clip, and some hairpins and bobby pins. I used the PK Sculpture Foam to prep Bree's hair. It adds tons of texture and hold to any style. So we're going to start by determining the placement of the updo. For Bree, I want her updo to sit towards the base of her neck. So what I'm going to do is section off the top part of her hair to the exact position where I want the updo to sit. You get to see a little peekaboo of her awesome color underneath here. I'm securing that with a clip on the top of her head. So I'm going to start with a little bit of hairspray, and I'm going to spray that where the base of her updo will be. So that'll be right along this part line here. And then I'll take the fine teeth of my comb and do a little bit of back combing. And this will be the base of the updo. It gives the pins something to stick to so that everything stays really secure. So I'm backcombing by pushing the hair in towards the scalp. And it's important to hold the hair taut as you're pushing the hair back towards the scalp. You want to really rock this in to get a nice cushion that's right up against her scalp. I'm going to take a section underneath right next to her nape. Hold it taut, and backcomb that as well. Bree's got a lot of hair, so I'm making a pretty sizable cushion to be able to hold her updo into place. So now that I've backcombed Bree's base, I'm going to show you a little bit more of why I did what I did. I'll turn her towards you here. The width of our backcombing section is about the width that I want the updo to be, because that's where everything's going to be pinned to. So now I'm going to take down this top section and smooth her hair over that nice cushion we created. And you want the cushion to be hidden. That wouldn't be a very pretty part of an updo. So I'm going to put a couple clear ponytail holders on my pinky here to hang on to them. And I'm just going to do a very simple 3-strand braid. So I'm gathering Bree's hair at the nape of her neck, and I'm braiding around that cushion we created. So it's going to be a little fluffy in the middle, that's okay. This is going to be really cool with her little fun color streak. So you'll want the braid to be pretty tight and secure because it's going to be pulled apart later. Make sure that each of your sections are even so that the updo looks consistent. And I'm going to braid this almost down to her ends and secure it with clear ponytail holders. And I'm leaving a loop on the end just so that the ends are completely contained. Next, I'll be using standard bobby pins to secure the braid. So I'm going to wind the braid around the base that we created. And tuck the ends underneath. It's important to keep your fingers on those ends so you know where they are. And I'm going to have you tilt your head forward, Bree. And then wherever your fingers are is where you should put a bobby pin, because that's where the hair needs to be held. So I'm going to put one in here, right next to her scalp. And since I can still feel it, I'm going to crisscross them so they look like an X. and you'll want to feel them lock into place. I'm using a couple more standard bobby pins to secure the braid as I see it moving from her scalp here. Just taking the edge of the side of the braid and pushing in so that it's hidden, and crisscrossing again to make an X. This secures each bobby pin so you don't have bobby pins that pop out throughout the night. Next step is we're going to mess it up a little bit because it's looking a little bit too perfect. So I'm going to start by taking the braid and pulling it apart. And the pins might start to pop out a bit, just press them back in. And this is when the updo gets cool and interesting. So it's okay that it's loosening up a little bit. Remember that the ends are secure, so we don't have to worry about the braid actually falling out. And anywhere that it's coming away from the scalp, I'm just going to secure. And create an X. So you can really play with this and make it into something as messy and as big as you want it to be. So I'm going to finish off the shape with really large hairpins. And the theory is the bobby pins that I used earlier are for holding the hair, and hairpins are for arranging it. So that's why we're using it at this step. So I want this to move up a little bit. I'm going to grab a little bit of the hair here and push it back and down against the scalp. And I want this to move over to the side a little bit. So I'm going to grab a little bit of the side of the updo and then flatten it against the scalp and push it in. And last step, we'll finish it with a little hairspray for the little flyaways. So I'm using the Intelligent Nutrients Perfect Hold Hairspray. So that was an updo so easy, you could do it yourself at home. Leave me any questions or comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.